Okay, what's up, guys? Before I get into this, I just want to let you guys know, as obvious as it may be, this audio is actually being recorded in post, or was recorded in post. That means I'm sitting in front of my computer watching the same thing you're watching, except I'm speaking. Not sure why I told you that. I just want to kind of clear the whole video up as you're watching it so you're not confused. This video is a little wash and talk, which means I'm going to be washing my car at the same time, talking about my car and answering certain questions that I'm always getting on Instagram or like even in person about my car. I'm not gonna go way too into detail. This is a considerably short video to be explaining my car, because there's way too much history in it. Knowing that I've had it for 10 years, you can only imagine all the stories that come in between. So I'm gonna try to make it as streamlined as possible to not bore your ears off or make you doze off. I don't know if you're gonna be watching the video. I don't know if you're gonna have your phone down and just listen, but I need to cut out all my uhs, and my blank spots. I just need to speak and take up this time. I'm pulling up to the car wash. You can see how dirty the window is, and I'm gonna walk around the car and really show you how dirty this car is. Reason being, it's not because it's like some sort of junker that does not run and hardly works. Like, the car functions amazingly. It's a great car, no problems whatsoever. The only reason why it's dirty is because I'm not driving it as much as I used to when I was younger. I mean, I don't want to sound like an old hag or nothing like that. I'm not like 70, 80 on my deathbed, 90 years old or something. Like, I'm 27 years old. I had this car for 10 years, and you can only imagine all the dumb 18, 19-year-old me cruising around, cool car type thing. I thought I was the man, and that's all I would drive. This is my daily for so many years. But hey, you grow up, life's real, and I have 3 vehicles now. I have my chopper that I'm always riding because we live in SoCal, and I'd be stupid not to be riding that thing all the time. So I primarily like to ride that, and then when I'm with my girlfriend or going out with her, going to eat or even getting, picking up parts and stuff like that, the Honda Civic hatchback that I have, my black 1998 Honda Civic hatchback, that's my daily car. I'm always driving, and it's just the best car ever. But this right here that you're watching, this is my first love. This is my 1991 Nissan 240SX KA24DE, which is a 2.4 liter dual cam, and it runs amazingly. Let me answer the obvious questions. I did get it bone stock in 2010. Let's see, the motor has blown twice on it, meaning like the head gasket has blown twice on this car in me owning it, but in the past 6 years it's been immaculate because we did top and bottom end rebuild. I did all the cooling hoses, the cooling system, radiator, everything's updated, electric fans, like everything is just, it works great. This is a car you can just leave on forever. You can drive anywhere. The only thing that handicaps it is just the ride height and the angle of the wheels. That's really all it is, but the car runs amazingly. Yeah, so this is my Nissan. What else? The obvious stuff. Yeah, open diff. Open diff. I do not drift it. I got the car because I like the way it looks. Weird, right? Some people wonder, why do you have a 240SX if you don't drift it or something stupid like that? And here's another cool one. Like, when people have, like, Impalas or Monte Carlos, these candy paint cool rides that they're just proud to be in, do you ever see them going like 100 miles an hour, like burning out or doing donuts? And like, some of you might say yes, but I'm talking about the ones with the Daytons and the white walls. No, they're cruising. Why? Because they want to show off what they have. It's rolling art. It's poetry in motion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's driving something you're proud to be in and be seen in. And that's what I like to translate into this car, is that this isn't based on some style or some, cool drift thingy or whatever. Like, this is what I want to see with my eyes and what I want to be seen in. And I feel like there are a lot of younger people that, they're over here tripping on horsepower, how loud or fast their car is, when in actuality, here's my mentality with this car. I mean, not to sound arrogant or anything like that, but if we're both at a red light and you've got to rev and make all these whooshy noises for someone to look at you, then, like, good for you, but it sounds like you're looking for some sort of race or attention. As to where when with this car, I feel like I made it look a certain way to where, like, you don't have to look too far. I mean, you'll see it driving on the street, and yeah, admittedly, yeah, people look at it and they trip. And I'm not saying I built it for people, but I'm saying I love my car. There's not a moment that I park this car and I don't look back at it as I'm walking away. I am in love with this car. And same translation into the streets is like when I'm driving this, I want to be like in something I love and I'm proud to be seen in, to where yeah, people see it, and that's what I get off on. I'm not looking for some adrenaline rush or try to whoosh and get everyone's attention. I just want to drive. I just want to get from A to B. I want to cruise. I want to have my music bumping, and I want to be seen as something cool. And like, that's the thing. These American cars that you get wet over, like these lowriders and stuff, you get all wet on. You're like, oh man, these are classic cars, brother. Like, oh, all day, all day. But the same people that are all into those lowrider thingies are the same ones who would press you about not drifting a 240. When if you want to go there, then yeah, all these little cars you're into have V8s and V6s, and standards V8 mainly for all these lowriders and stuff. You don't see them doing burnouts and doing crazy stuff and booking it and going 100 miles an hour. They're cruising. Why? Because they like what they're in, and I like what I'm in. That's my view on my car. So yeah, there's a Recaro SPG bucket seat in there. I used to have my Nardi steering wheel in there, but I actually moved that into my Civic. The wheels on it are Weds Crans Cerberus 2s. I got these in 2013, and I had rebarreled them twice already, but in 2013 when I first got these, everybody made fun of me. You gotta imagine 2013 on these chrome wheels. Everyone said they were Pep Boys wheels. I'll admit, I was hurt. I was like, man, did I make the right choice? I almost spent 2 racks on some wheels that look like Pep Boys wheels, but I liked how shiny they looked. It gave, like, I see these cars in my neighborhood that I grew up in, in the neighborhood I grew up in, primarily, bombers, lowriders, cruisers, and stuff like that, to where it's like, yeah, I got to import for the reliability and the availability of them, but I really wanted to style it cool to where, like, yeah, I wanted to get some chrome wheels, something shiny, and that's how I got these. Before I go any further, if there are no photos or real video documentation on this build, there's no real build thread on this on Zilvia or anything like that. What you're gonna do if you want to see more photos of like the build, I guess, is go to our Instagram, and we have a highlight section there that says 1991 with the Japanese flag. That's gonna give you a little visual timeline of this car, so you get reference, because I'm not gonna spend all my time talking about the wheels and all the different things I've done to this car. I just want to tell you what I got right now. But yeah, I've had this car since 2010, and yeah, it's only been down twice, but it's been my daily since, and it's been reliable since 2015 and up, really, or 2015 and up. This car's untouchable. Everything works. Let's see, as far as the spec goes, it's kind of hard to go. I'm gonna work my way around the car as far as cosmetics, and then I'm gonna get into specs. Cosmetics, the hood, I don't know what it's called. I got it from the homie Mario actually bought it off him, so sick. I got that hood for cheap, like $60. I don't know what it is. It's fiberglass. The front bumper, fiberglass, Supermade Instant Gentleman kit. My favorite bumper I've ever come across in my entire life. I remember I did so much research in 2011 trying to find that bumper, and I found it. 2011, I had a Supermade. Let's see what else. The side skirts are Charged Speed, which are also fiberglass. Those are Charged Speed side skirts. And then the rear is not a bumper. Everyone wonders. A lot of people ask what kit I have, but no, it's all mismatched. Yeah, that rear bumper is the stock bumper. It's a lip that's on there. That rear lip is a xenon rear lip. It is expensive. It is a polyurethane lip that came on these 240s. I don't know how these even came about. You can Google it, but a xenon rear lip, they're rare, and they go for about like $150 to $200. And I clearly don't have that kind of money, and didn't have that kind of money in high school. The way I actually got this was that upon graduating high school, I remember that there was a 240 that was beat up in our auto shop. So the summer of me having this car, I had like sold stuff on Craigslist and had $60. I was like, okay, I could find side skirts, I could find a bumper one day, but I need to find a rear bumper or lip. So I went to the high school with $60 cash, and I was like, you know what, let me buy that rear lip off the dude. I remember there's a summer class, and the dude was working on his car, And here I am with 60 bucks, hoping he says 60 or 50 bucks. I tell him, hey man, are you willing to part with that rear lip? I don't want the bumper. Your car will be complete. I just want the lip. Here I am with 60 bucks, ready to just lose my 60 bucks. And this fool says, oh, I don't know, 15 bucks, 20 bucks. And I'm over here like, was that fool serious? So I don't even think twice. I grab my pocket and I see 10 bucks and I tell him, I'm like, yo, would you take 10 bucks? I will take this right now. He said, sure. Gave that fool 10 bucks and shoved this thing in my car and drove off. So that is a xenon rear lip. If you're looking at the exhaust pipes, you're like, oh, what? Blast pipes, expensive, what? What'd you get done? No, I don't know the diameter piping of my car. It's been that long, but I have piping all the way through, and I have a Subaru resonator. So it's just straight pipe, 2 Subaru resonators, and then it goes back to a Y pipe, and that Y pipe we had welded on these chrome/tips. The person who actually did that is Steve over at Cypress Mufflers. He's always taken care of us forever. That's Cypress Mufflers in Cypress, California. If you go over there, if you see Steve, you let him know. Be like, hey, you know, I came across you guys from the unaffiliated, or I came across your guys' shop from unaffiliated, like the guys, or you know, just tell him the unaffiliated guy, the white 240, and he'll know exactly what you're talking about. If you're there and it's not a dude named Steve, don't name drop that, because they'll just look at you stupid. Back to it. Yeah, this car has a subwoofer. I got the jams. It be bumping. Yeah, everything works. I mean, you know, I had daily this car for so long. It's just the most reliable thing ever, and I love it. I'm never gonna sell it. As far as the paint goes, yeah, it's not really the best. Or I'm gonna tell you straight up, it ain't even good. You can probably see in this video, it's all yellowing, it's nasty. We tried to put some flake in it, we fudged that up. I'm gonna tell you about that too. But first, I'm gonna start with what's under that. Big shout out to Adam Feliciano, or the homie Adam, JDM BMW on Instagram. He kind of fathered me through this Nissan as far as the body work and everything. He is the dopest. That was me hitting my printer on accident. Yeah, I don't see him as often. You know, everyone lives lives, they grow up. He has this thing, I got my thing going on, but no bad blood towards the guy. I don't want anyone to think like, oh, you don't talk to him after you guys finish your car. No, I mean, it's what it is. So, the reason being of me bringing him up, he kind of like big brothered me through this car thing. He knew what I wanted to do to the body, and he knew how to make it happen. And at this point, I want pretty much custom body work. I did not want to be falling into place with all these, you know, Orange County or LA 240s with fiberglass rivets, Bomex is gangster. All these fiberglass riveted, you know, fake body kit 240s. Like, I was just so over that. Like, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, low rider culture influenced me to do body work and make my car metal. Like, that's not what it is. But it also comes with preserving the body of the car. That's what got to me. And don't be bagging on me like, oh, he talking about preserving the body, but his whole bumper's cracked. That's not what I mean. Preserving the body, I mean like the main components that usually get jacked up and sought over, which are the front fenders and the rear quarter panels. So upon making this car into what I wanted it, my buddy Adam, he's extremely talented, really good at drifting, really, pretty much he's a master at everything he gets into. So he's master drifter, master, you know, automotive dude, swaps, engines, does it all. But what he also does is fabrication, and he is a god at that. And this is why I respect this guy so much. Instead of just saying, hey Adam, I have money, I want you to make my car look a certain way on the body, I want custom front fenders and rear quarters, take my money. Instead of just, and I'm not one of those dudes who's too proud and has a lot of pride, like, oh, I do everything myself. Oh yeah, I did that myself. No, I'll tell you straight up, when I paid to have someone do something, a lot of this I did do myself and with friends and with the help of friends. I could never do anything by myself. But as far as the body work and stuff like that, yeah, I wanted to pay him. I was gonna be like, look, I worked the 9 to 5 for the longest time, so I did not have a lot of time, but I was working and I made money. So I said, Adam, take my money and do my body work, please. And this is how much I respect him. This is why I respect him so much. He did not let that happen. He would make sure I was there. He would show me what was happening. He would explain to me what was happening. And he would make sure I had involvement in it, to where he told me, he said, hey, look, now you could say, I did this to my car. And I told him, I was like, I'm not going to tell him I did this by myself. And he's like, it doesn't matter, but just you're doing it just because, he's telling me that I had to go to just pretty much brag about my car. But I told him, I was like, dude, that's not why I did this. Like, I want this car to just exist, and I'm not going to take credit for things. So now I'm going to walk you through exactly what it is. These front fenders you're looking at, you're probably wondering how I have that fitment on there. That front fender is sitting there. That's a factory stock fender, and all that was done was there's radiused. This is a radius stock metal fender, adding metal to it and widening it, so it's about 1.5 inches bigger than stock, and we pulled it from the sides. From the rear, we cut and bowed out the rear end, and we actually widened the rear about I think 1.5 inches as well. And that's that's not fiberglass. It bows out actually. That's all custom body work. We cut the inner wheel well, so my my 10.5 inch wheels would fit without rubbing, so I could tuck. That's another crazy thing. So yeah, custom fab by Adam. I was involved in it, and it was very cool. I've had to re-weld my fenders a couple years ago. I forgot how I broke it, but I fixed it. But yeah, this is all custom body work right there that you see. It's full metal. The front, Adam is actually the one that extended my lower control arms as well. That's how I'm running negative a 10.75 camber. I like to round high and act cool about it, so let me just say that I'm running negative 11 camber in the front on my wheels, and negative 7 in the rear. And yeah, these wheels, I don't know the specs on the wheels, and there's no reason for me to give you the specs because this is all custom body work, to where like this spec, I hate saying spec so much, I'm sorry, but yeah, these size and offset wheels will not translate well into what you're doing, so that's why I'm not going way into detail. But yeah, these are 18 by 10.5 inch Wed's Crancer Bears 2s, and yeah, I have two 45-35 stretched on there, square all around. We just have different mismatch. The rears are, or there's the high disc and low disc rear, bigger lips, bigger inners, but they're both 10.5 squared, which is really easy on tires. Get your cars aligned, because yeah, there's a lot of camber, but as long as your car's aligned, you're not going to wear through them. I don't know what I missed, but this video is coming to an end. I'm not sure what I missed. If you have any other questions, ask on the YouTube, on the YouTube. You're watching this on YouTube. How stupid am I? Ask in the comments, and I'm going to fire back with an answer right away. I really want to be as involved with you guys as possible. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. You guys rock. New video next Wednesday? I don't know. Wait, what's today? It's going to be Wednesday. Oh, so it's Saturday. Sick.